Good morning. This is a weekly reading for the Primordial Sea and those who are aligned with spiritual activism and the 4 a.m. Club. This is a reading for January 13th, the full moon, through the 19th. And we're bringing forward any energies that we need to know or be aware of, work through at this time. All right, so the first card that we get is the Three of Pentacles, collaboration, teamwork. This is an energy of bringing people together. It's an energy of community. It's an energy of connection. It's an energy of collaboration. With the underlying energy of the Justice, this is to let you know that we are working together to switch the tides, right? It's like they're showing me the rocking back and forth of a ship. If everybody runs to one side, then runs to the other. Even if the waves aren't moving, you can create waves. And so this week holds the opportunity, it holds the potential for us collectively to make waves, to create ebb and flow, to create rhythm, to create movement. 10 of Cups fell from the deck, so this is an energy of emotional bliss, of happiness. Underlying energy is Ace of Swords. So it might be that we get a new idea, a new perspective, a new mindset, a new viewpoint. Swords is all head energy, so it's how we think, it's how we speak, it's how we put things into logical order and then share them once again. And so it seems that in this collaborative energy of the week, we have the opportunity to share new pathways, new innovations, new roads to feeling that emotional fulfillment. But that also means that we have to be willing to feel those emotions. And unfortunately, and I say unfortunately with a wink, to see the stars, it has to be dark out. And so we have to be willing to feel the full scope of it all. We can't just say, only if it feels this way, only if it looks this way, only if it arrives at this time with this person in this place in this fashion. We can't do that. All of it. We are here to experience all of it. And so for that emotional fulfillment, it means that you have to actually allow yourself to go into the tides, into the ebb and flow, into the rocking of the boat. We also have this Judgment energy come up, which is an energy of resurrection. It's of letting old things go to make space for the new. And with the Seven of Cups underneath that, it's about allowing yourself to make a decision. Whatever it is that is still taking up space, whether it's actually real or not, because I'm going to be honest, the team here is saying, it's not even real. The thing that is taking up space, that fear that you are so worried about, that you're worried about hearing, that you're worried about seeing, that you're worried about feeling, it's an illusion. It's just something that you've convinced yourself is there and is going to pop around the corner and jump out at you. It's not even real. It's perceived. And so in this energy, we have to recognize where we are still saving space for something else. We are still holding off parts of ourselves to experience the fullness of human life out of fear, out of hope, whatever it is. We need to drop the boxes. You're carrying all of these boxes saying, well, this is for this, and this is for that, and this is for them, and this is for her, and this is for him. Drop the boxes. And then you get to pick up what remains. But it's so funny, when you drop the boxes, I see that they're empty. They're empty. And so we have to make a decision. Not only to recognize where we've been holding ourselves back, where we've been demanding the universe to try to meet us where we are instead of allowing the universe to show up and say, now come find me, come get me. It's this energy of like, and listen, with any people, we cannot demand that people meet us where we are. We can't demand that they show up where we are. They can only be who they are, and they can only provide what they have. So if you are demanding somebody give you truth, but they don't know their truth, they can't demand you that. And one of the simple ways I used to teach my students about this, and I teach my own children about this, is you're telling me I have to give you 10 pieces of candy and I only have 3. How am I going to give you 10 pieces when I only have 3? So there is this sensation of recognizing not only where you're demanding other people meet you where you are, or judging them because they can't. But there's also an energy of the universe saying, here's my open hand. I need it exactly this way right here at this time. And the universe is standing over in that room with an entire room full of good energy and connections and networking and vibes and abundance. And you're saying, nope, nope, right here. Right here. I don't want it unless it's right here. Help the universe. Meet the universe. Allow yourself to expand into the capacity that you really are, which is the infinite creative universe. The consciousness in a human body with an ego lens experiencing human life. This is going to allow you to flip the coin, to turn the wheel, to create change, to create movement. And change isn't bad. It is your resistance to the change that hurts. Okay? Change is necessary for growth. Challenge is necessary for growth. Resistance is optional. And that, your resistance to it, those things in those invisible boxes, that is what is painful. Imagine friction. Imagine holding on to a rope and it being pulled out of your hand. It's going to create a burn. It's going to hurt. Imagine moving with the rope, or imagine letting the rope go altogether. It doesn't hurt. You just have to be able, in one way it's like you have to convince yourself, but in the other way it's give yourself permission. Are those energies really that different? Convincing yourself versus giving yourself permission, they feel quite different, but they lead to the same result. You allowing yourself to let go and create space for change, and change is necessary. In fact, it feels beautiful. It feels vibrant. It feels like getting to see new things and experiencing new sensations and views, and getting to see yourself in a different way, getting to love yourself in a different way, because you get to see from the top, right? I want to show you something. The reason healing is a never-ending journey is, number one, because you don't actually have to be fixed. There's nothing wrong with you. But it's because healing is just a shift in awareness. Right here, you can see what needs to be healed. You elevate a little bit, you can see a little bit more of what needs to be healed. You elevate a little bit more, you can see a bit more of what needs to be healed. You elevate a bit more, you can see even more of what needs to be healed. So it isn't that you haven't been doing the work. It isn't that you haven't been doing it good enough, or you're some kind of failure or aren't completing things to their fullest. As you move, as you heal, the perspective becomes different. You get to see things in a little bit of a different light. And that's the whole point. And that's why change is necessary. But I recognize, the spirit team here recognizes that you get so focused on what has been spilled, what has been lost, that you're missing the vibrancy that could be yours if, instead of focusing on what your decisions might lose you, you focus on what your decisions and alignments and expansions could gain you. A remembrance that you came here during this time for a reason, and that you knew that it wasn't always going to be easy. This is 5 of Cups. This is the sting of loss. This is grief. But look, it's in reverse. You are not here to be punished. In fact, the whole idea of punishment is a patriarchal religious construct. There is no punishment. There's just growth opportunities. There's just feeling a sensation and choosing what to do with it because of that sensation. And bringing in this energy, allowing yourself to fully feel. And this doesn't mean fully dive yourself and be unable to breathe because of the grief. It is saying that this grief is not only lightning, but it is fleeting. It is never long. It is never permanent. And it allows for you to feel the absolute breadth and scope and depth and width of what it means to be human.